Mr. Posey, what's up, buddy boy?
Hey, did it work? Did it work? Did you get to
Don't
like
know,
play
man.
with our
Don't
intro?
I don't know, but we're gonna find out now because we're going live.
Yay! Well, I think we're already live,
So how
so
are you, man?
I'm doing good. What an exciting week it's been. Look
It,
at you!
it's been crazy.
Look, I get to see that you did the intro. Look at everybody. Give Rich Rado a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. He was able to go ahead, get our intro started for our show for the first time ever. Awesome
And
stuff,
right
man.
now there are four people going. Whoa, they got high tech, and we're two of them. Awesome, baby.
How
So
you
how are you, Mr. Bose? I'm glad we color coordinated tonight. You're I guess what we would call the Taliban hostage wall with your blue shirt and my blue shirt here.
Well, the only thing I'm not having is like a baggie over my head, and then one of those guys like getting ready to.
Show's not over yet, buddy. Show's not over yet. You never know. I've been to your office. You never know what's gonna happen over there, bud.
Hey, listen, what a great week that was! Like, it was so interesting having both shows going on at the same time. It was kind of cool hanging out with the domestic disturbance for that day.
Yes, it was, and it's always good if you notice the average IQ of our show went up about 100 points when we brought Mike, Tim, and Carla in with us because we have us two house plants, and then we brought them in. We we were up, we were like added together. We were like a Mensa card. We weren't too bad.
Well, listen, first off, I know that Tim went ahead and thanked for the location. I'm just going ahead. Thank you for handling the tech because God
Oh my
knows
God!
we
Oh,
couldn't do all that stuff. I mean, do
let
you
me.
see the setup he has? It looks like he's getting ready to do one of those space rockets. The was it? It was amazing. All the equipment that went on. That he runs a great production. I got jealous a little bit, just a little
we
jealous.
we cracked out a pizza and two card tables, and he came over with like all of nobody beats the whiz. Just starts
Exactly.
taking
I
out
mean,
stuff and
it's like he raided Radio Shack.
exactly. So interesting week. I mean, just a week ago, I guess it's still going. Our elections now are like Mardi Gras. Um, they just keep this is just going to keep going and going and going. So, but probably we'd like to say next week's show we're going to have somebody on to talk about the election because it'll still be going. So
Uh,
feel free.
I'm I'm so glad that you share all those great news. I love how everybody sincerely thinks that we have like some sort of battle plan each week. Meanwhile, it's really just gung ho to the wind.
I have you be proud of me. I have look. I have notes this week.
Oh
Wait,
my!
wait,
Well,
wait!
you
No, no,
always have
no.
notes.
Here, look. I have like three bullet point notes for the week. When we say no rhyme, no reason, trust me, the effort is right there with the name.
Hey, listen, it's kind of like having a bird in a hand and then going ahead and throwing it against a snip clip.
Okay, whatever that means. Sure, I'm with you.
Exactly.
Hey,
You know what? Let's try like because we are the nicer of all the shows on Govs because
no, no, we're not.
So
No, no, we're
let's say
not.
hi to a couple of people. Let's say hi to a couple of people.
You know what? Who do we have to say hello to today? We got
We have
well,
Emily Santos, Greg DiFilippo, Andrew Plagianos, Danielle Asher, Tina Kajami Coffin, Bill Hansen, and Roberto C. Tobar.
whoa, nice, nice. Look at you. You're going all crazy.
I
I'm
went ahead and
excited.
I rolled my R. I was like
I'm I'm
Roberto.
excited because I think we have a special guest tonight that we've been trying to get on for a couple of weeks. That we saw
Well,
for a
I
little
think it's
bit
the first
last.
time that you're meeting him. Actually,
Well, I saw him a little bit on election night, but we have Doctor Fedora coming in tonight, so that's always a
amazing.
plus.
People
Um,
almost say I look like him.
I mean, you look like his idiot brother, maybe.
True.
If
True.
his dad had sex in the United States,
True.
which he might
True
have.
again.
Yeah. So, hey, Bose, quick shout outs before we get rocking and rolling here. One, we give this guy crap all the time, but little shout out to Arnie Price. Had a little surgery this week, had a stent put in, so we want to wish him a speedy recovery. So, Arnie, hopefully you're doing good, and don't get your pacemaker and your garage door opener confused because That'll ruin those comedy shows. Um, who else? Another guy I got to give a shout out to because this guy continuously, he was one of our early guests, continuously the single nicest guy on probably planet Earth. I got to give a shout out to Les Deegan. Probably the only voice of reason, the nicest guy in the world on social media. When the world is falling down, I would best describe Les Deegan as the violin player on the Titanic. You know, the ship is upside down, it's sinking, it's tanking, whatever, and he's just like, yeah, and he's just doing
Well,
it. And
I will repeat a quote. Les Deegan's tears is the cure to COVID.
Oh, well, okay. And Bose, finally, I want to give a quick shout out to all of our listeners. You know, the millions of people around the world. All the veterans. Tomorrow's Veterans Day. I want to wish you a happy Veterans Day and thank you for all of you who have served, are serving, will serve, had the balls to serve. God bless you. Appreciate it. And if you see a veteran tomorrow and you're buying coffee, buy them coffee. Don't be a cheap ass. Take care of your veterans. They took care of us. That's why we get to do stupid shows like this, and that's why the McRib is coming back, baby. That's why the McRib is coming back, because they're the veterans.
Listen, it's bad enough we had to deal with last month and your fascination of candy corn. And now we got to worry about this abomination coming back into McDonald's. It's right next to like where they discontinued the McFlurry for a little bit.
I don't understand what you mean by abomination. I'm confused. I'm a little confused
by. Okay. Well, first off, real quick. Hello, Nikki Singh. Listen, I don't get. Listen, if I'm gonna get ribs, I'll go to a rib place. I am not jumping online to McDonald's to get some form of what they call a rib. Like I'll go to. I'm not gonna name drop, but there's plenty of places that are rib places where you got in Westbury, you got a couple of them in Seaford. You know, was it?
All of them pale in comparison to the single greatest food ever created by.
You know, it's times like this where I actually wished you worked for a company that had an actual monthly checkup of drug usage.
It's quarterly, but still the McRib. Actually, the guy who does the drug testing works at McDonald's too, so he's right there with me. How could you not like the McRib? It's got look at that thing. It's come on. Wait a minute.
Listen.
You're a guy who gets a Woody over Chili's.
Hey, listen.
There is nothing on the Chili's menu.
Have you tried their fried pickles?
The
have you tried their fried pickles? No, you haven't.
I do like Frickles. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a Frickle guy. I do like Frickles.
But there you go.
But you can't compare the McRib to anything out there. So, well, Danielle Asher, the most horrific thing you've ever put in your body. Wait, you're talking about the McRib still? Or both?
Yes, that's the one of the definitely single things that we agree upon is that thing should have never been invented. It should never have been thought of. It's like.
You want to hear a great boast? You want to hear my favorite fun fact about the McRib? You're going to appreciate this because you're deranged. There are 70 ingredients in the McRib, right? And you're going to love this one the best. You ready?
Is one of them arsenic? Because I can definitely tell that one of them is arsenic.
No. You'll even wish it was arsenic. You ready? There's 70 delicious ingredients, one of which is also used to make yoga mats. Now wait. Yoga, we could agree yoga is healthy. Am I wrong?
No.
Yoga is healthy, right?
Yeah, but not the mat portion.
Well, but I mean, if yoga is healthy and the McRib ingredients helps make yoga mats, I would argue that the McRib is also healthy. No? Are you sure? I'm firm on this. I feel like it's a valid point.
You want to know what's firm? The
not you.
The crap you're going to need to pass after you eat one of those things. That's what's firm.
That's another positive to the McRib. Let's say you've been having troubles, dropping the old deuceroo. Have a McRib.
No.
Can't sell you on a McRib. You wouldn't have one McRib.
Listen, if it was between Saving. Let's be fair. If it was between saving my mother's life and eating McRib, I'll send you the funeral invite.
Is mom still with us?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
as far as I know. I mean, I don't keep track.
Okay. So, I mean, I feel the McRib is a viable option then.
I get a kick out of it. Greg DiFilippo said, "Of course, Jeff likes fried pickles." Hey, listen, if it's hot and in my mouth, there we go.
Listen,
Ooga!
listen. Greg DiFilippo could do no wrong. I don't care what goes on in Greg DiFilippo's world outside of this, but he is the biggest. He is the bandwagon guy that I need for the McRib, and he was actually going to even overnight me some McRibs from Florida before. I guess Florida they didn't come out with them yet, but December 2nd, folks. I mean.
Christmas comes early for you?
Well, think about it. Thanksgiving is what, the 26th? 6 days later, you're going to be throwing out the last pieces of shit turkey and, gizzards and all that stuff. You know what you're going to be thinking? You know what I wish I had? A McRib.
I would be thinking that I would, after eating McRib, I would want a colonoscopy.
Okay, so there, another positive to the McRib.
Once again,
would you rather drink that stuff?
It's probably one of the ingredients they found when they do the colonoscopy and they go ahead and they find the McRib that I possibly ate back in 1990, like Nikki Singh did. Yeah, it's probably one of the ingredients. You probably still use it.
You know why the McRib came out in the first place, right?
I have no idea. Please tell me the history of the McRib.
I'm going to give it to you, buddy, because I'm here for you for the McRib. In 1981, McDonald's was having a little bit of an issue getting chicken for the chicken nuggets. So they needed something to sell to the franchises to be able to put on the menu for them to have a new item. So they introduced the McRib, and they came out with it, and it sold. It did okay, but they pulled it afterwards, and then I think they reintroduced it in like 1989, and then now it's not as steady on the menu, but it should.
Let's take a step back here. Hold on. You said what date they had problems with the chicken McNuggets? What date?
81, they had a problem getting chicken.
Wait. Okay, so let's go ahead and help some of our viewers remember the fact that early 80s and prior, they were using real meat for the real food that they sold. And then they said, we're running out of real meat. Then they switched over to that byproduct of tofu mixed up with what? Yoga mat. And they brought to you the new McNuggets, and they were able to, what do you know? They have no shortage of McNuggets now. I wonder why. And that's why they probably pulled the McRib, because it was too expensive to have. But now what they did, they found some other byproduct to make it look like and taste like possibly a rib from an animal. What animal? We'll never know, because it's probably not an animal, good sir. Probably not. But listen, if you keep driving sideways, the only way to go is up.
Well, what I heard from all of that rant of yours was that when the McRib comes out on the 2nd, you'd like to join me for one. That's what it sounded like.
Listen, I'd rather go ahead and have colon cancer at this point than try to even think about shoving that garbage in my mouth. I'd rather go ahead, jump inside a waste management pit, drink some of the water that's in there, than have one of those things touch my lips.
So let me get this straight. A guy with a physique like a bag of leaves is telling me that he wouldn't put a McRib in his body?
Listen, it's more of like a bag of feathers because it's so soft.
You're a little too close together. There you go. It's a bigger bag of feathers. Yeah. Anyway, let me rejoice in my moment. So Bose, we didn't get to talk too much after last Tuesday. We were on the air for a while. That election night coverage was a little bit kooky. What's your thoughts?
I was amazed. Well, listen. First off, number one, just in case for the wonderful Trump supporters that are out there and would go ahead and say, "Hey, it's not over till the fat lady sings," and then for the Biden supporters that are out there that go, "Hey, we got this in the bag." Listen, once again, I told you guys. Whichever one goes ahead and sits there and rings the bell of entering the White House, listen, either way, burn, baby, burn. I don't give a crap which one. I enjoyed going ahead and driving down Sunrise Highway. But you want to know what? Hey, listen, I give me for effort. This time on Sunrise Highway, right around the Belmore area, give you guys your props because you're mostly like semi-white trash. If you live there, sorry. You had about four or five like guys with their Biden signs, like yay! And then you go about another 2 blocks. Once again, it's on Sunrise Highway on the westbound side, and they should continue going west and continue. Then there was like about like 40 pickup trucks, Trump flags, big, gigantic. They had like poles that reached to the heavens for Trump. And hey, listen, both people. I got to listen. I got to listen to both sides, people honking. I got to hear one person like honk and say Trump sucks and whatever it is. But you want to know what? Listen, you want to know who's going to win? Wait till January, you impatient pricks. Okay?
Well,
just wait. I don't care about.
I think it'll be over before that.
Listen, I don't care about the conspiracy theories. I don't care about what McKaylee does. I don't care what Kamala does. I don't care what either one of them do. Okay? When January hits and they say, this guy's your president, then that's it. Then you go ahead, either stay angry or rejoice. I don't care. Because I remember when we were watching the election, you guys were like, Trump in the bag. He's got it. It's done. It's finished. It's over. And then all of a sudden the numbers went this way and that way.
No, Tim.
Like, oh.
No, in fairness, Tim kind of said, "Wait on Pennsylvania. It's going to be, and he was right. He was spot on." But
Tim, once again, to be fair, Tim is the only one with any sort of sense out of all of us.
Well, Carla kind of realized that Trump wasn't winning. I think me and Keegan were sort of thinking, but. My favorite thing, Bo, since then is I've seen multiple people saying, and I love this comment, is that, oh, yeah, see what you get now. This country's going to turn into Venezuela. So I'm like, all right, let's think long and hard about this. I mean, because maybe Venezuela's getting a bad rap. I've never been to Venezuela. Have you?
Listen.
Right. But all these people who claim that we're going to turn into Venezuela have probably never been to Venezuela. So I did a little research saying, hey, what if turning into Venezuela is not the worst thing in the world? Maybe it's not terrible, right? I mean, it's got to have some redeeming qualities, right? Turns out it doesn't have a lot. but here's the thing. Do you know they have the lowest gas prices on the earth right now because they have this massive petro stockpile from when they were a big oil producing country. So gas in Venezuela is
not from fracking.
I don't believe so. I think it's just flat out oil. But Bose, here's some interesting facts for you about Venezuela. You ready?
Yeah.
Now the USA, arguably, I mean, there's no argument. We're the best country. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I have no choice to say that. I
right.
think.
So just blink if you agree. But Venezuela, here's a great example. How many, do you know that there were 8 Miss Universe winners from the United States? 8 of them. Venezuela had 7. Pretty close.
Listen, I hope, once again, I hope nobody gets their head all... listen, the majority of Latin women are usually hot. So, I mean, it takes a lot of damn work for a regular, okie dokie American girl to get to the point, but for some reason out of the vagina they're just born and bred to be grown to be just, I don't know what it is. I consider the Latin race a superior race out of
the Latin race. Okay.
The Latin race is a superior race. Okay. Forget about black, forget about white, forget about all the rest. No, it's the Latin race. That's it. They have my vote.
The opinions of Jeff Bosey don't necessarily agree with the opinions of No Rhyme, No Reason and all of our staff, but we'll go with that. So, Bose, guess how many...
when you're down there going ahead and vacationing and one of them comes up and gives you a rub and tug.
Different story. Yeah. Okay. So, USA, 3 Miss World titles. Venezuela, 6.
Once again.
Okay. Wait, here's where it gets good. What do you think? What would you consider the most popular sport in America?
Well, it would have to be baseball.
Well, we count it as baseball, but the most viewed sport, most watched sport in America is football.
Okay.
Right? But in Venezuela, the most played and most popular sport is baseball. So our America's, hot dogs, baseball, apple pie, and Chevrolet or whatever they used to be, right? With baseball, when it's not number one here anymore.
I
Venezuela,
thought
it's number one.
I thought it would have been for them. It would have been soccer, as they called it, football.
Baseball, believe it or not, baseball. Bose, here's an interesting thing. Do you watch The Simpsons?
Of course.
Banned in Venezuela.
Really?
Yeah, banned.
Really?
Yep. Here's another one. In 2009, now I would look at the banning of The Simpsons as a negative, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Okay, here's a positive. They also banned in 2009. They banned Coke Zero. What? Venezuela banned Coke Zero in 2009. So that would be a positive. So
Okay.
no Simpsons, but no shitty soda either, right? So that's not
Okay.
horrible. Okay.
Okay.
What do you consider if I said to you, what's the national dish of the USA?
Mom's apple pie.
Yeah,
Nothing like good old home American apple pie.
Yeah, not a fan. The hamburger. They consider it the hamburger.
Well, what's McDonald's at? Over like a quadrillion
gajillion.
served?
A Brazilian. Over a Brazilian.
A bazillion.
Yeah.
A bazillion served.
So there's this thing, the national food of Venezuela.
Wait. Before you get into that, once again, one of many dumb things that go into my head. I always wondered how they say over like a billion served or a million served or whatever that is. Who was the number one guy? Who was the first guy to purchase the first?
There's a guy, you can Google him. He's actually, the name is, McDonald's has the name of the guy who had the first hamburger.
Oh, is he still alive?
Yeah.
He should be getting like McDonald's free for life. Because he was the first guy to try it when it was you want to know what? There's no goddamn McRib back then either. But go ahead, you were saying?
There was no McRib back then, which how much happier would that man's life have been if he'd have been first online and he could have went up and said, ooh, yeah, no, cancel the hamburger, I'll have the McRib.
Would have never happened.
That guy would have been like hitting the lottery.
Would have never happened.
Yeah, so this poor bastard got some hamburger. And he didn't even taste yoga mat. So, I mean, whoopee.
Well.
Yeah, so anyway.
Shame on him.
So, Bose, I feel Venezuela's getting a bad rap. I think that most of the people who say we're going to turn into Venezuela couldn't find it on a map and have no idea because they've never been there. But evidently the women are hot and
Yes.
they are, 96% Christian over there. Everyone always says they're going to make the USA a Christian country. Venezuela's 96% of the way there. Cheap.
How much is a plane ticket?
Cheaper. Right now, how many stops you want to make?
Just the one.
600.
I got that.
There's no one flying right now. They'll probably let you sit on the pilot's lap right now.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Ever been in the cockpit of a plane?
Yummy. Did I ever earn my wings by going ahead and steering the big wheel for the big gigantic thing with wings?
Were you a mile high guy?
Listen. Listen. As far as everyone knows, no, you want what? Everybody, listen. Myself, Jeff Butsy. I am incredibly. This is the only thing that scares the shit out of me. Heights. You can put a gun to my head.
You don't fly?
Right in my life, you can do anything you want. Heights. No go.
So you would have a McRib before you stood on a roof?
Yes.
Problem solved. There you go.
Well, thank God I'm not.
Do you
I'm
fly?
What?
Do you fly or not fly?
I have flown twice in my lifetime, and both instances, I got on the plane, I found my seat, and you know how they have the armrest and you're supposed to share?
Supposed to.
They used my arm as an armrest because I wouldn't let go for the entire 4 hours.
Where were you flying to?
I flew once to Wisconsin.
Oh.
Horrible cheese.
What'd you lose?
I flew the other time. And now here, oh wait, excuse me. So I had to go to California back many moons ago. Yeah, I had to go to Wisconsin. It was a private jet that the company sent me on. So, but the first time I went on a plane, it was all the way to California. But the thing is, I had to exchange. I needed a transfer in Texas.
Ooh, so you got to do 2 takeoffs in there.
So
Yeah.
I had to go up and down, up and
You were
down.
that nervous?
Where did? Yes. So, and I swear the last one to go back home, boy, if I could see this pilot, I would like to like shove my foot in his face and grind it to the ground because I swear that mother son of a he went like it was like this. It was like I was like, no, we're not going straight up to the moon. You can gradually go up. No, he wanted to go like this. I want to get up there and go.
So
That's what he wanted to do.
so
He wanted to get up to
family
30,000 feet.
vacations, family vacations, you drive. You're a driver.
Listen, I've driven to Florida.
Yeah, I mean, okay. We've all done that.
No,
We've all made that
I've driven
mistake.
everywhere I had to go. Room, drove.
Is your wife afraid to fly?
Don't care.
Wow. All right.
Like you
so,
said, I mean, if there was that whole joke about like there's only 2 parachutes left, I'm grabbing one of them.
now, well, okay. So, but would you be afraid to jump out of the plane?
What part of the height problem?
Well, the heights get better as you're jumping out of the plane. It's decreasing.
Yeah, you rescind really quickly.
I've
Okay.
so you would never go skydiving, no matter what. Oh
Nope.
man,
You can guarantee
it was
me.
awesome.
Listen, you can guarantee me one of those promises where those guys get 21 virgins or whatever it is. I'll be like, nope, I'm good. You can promise me all the free whatever in my, or I would be like, they would give me like 4 mil, whatever amount it is. Be like, all you got to do is jump out of the
You
plane.
wouldn't skydive if someone gave you a suitcase with $1 million in it?
Nope.
Cash.
Nope.
Bullshit. You jump out you jump out with a school backpack. Who are you kidding?
Nope, not
Yeah.
happening.
Are you
Sorry.
kidding me?
Nope, not happening.
Wow.
Sorry, sir. Not happening. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. Sorry, not happening.
Wow.
Listen, they say if you go up in the sky, eventually you're going to go ahead and you're going to have 3 crickets. So anyways, I love how I'm just going ahead. I'm just saying nonsense. And like, I really hope people aren't sitting there going on Google and going, wait a minute, is that like one of those a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush?
Let's see what wait a minute, hold on. Greg D. Filippo wants to know if you'd try zip lining or would you cry like a bitch?
Listen, if the panties say it, I'm going to wear him like a true blue trans whatever. Okay? Not happening. I will bitch up. I'll be like, bitch on.
So Bose, I went skydiving years back, right? And I was like, okay, this is not a great idea, but what the hell, right? And we go up in this plane that was so old. It was so small and so old that it had little ashtrays in it. And I'm like, okay, this thing's probably got a few miles on it, right? And I'm like, well, here we go. And it's a tandem jump. So the instructor, before we're getting out of the plane, I asked the guy, I go, so what made you get into this? How long you been doing it? He goes, this is what the guy told me, true story. He goes, well, he goes, I graduated culinary school. This is what he said to me. I graduated culinary school last year and I came to celebrate with my friends to go skydiving. And I loved it so much that I came back a bunch of times. And I've been doing it. And then he went for certification. Long story short, like 15 months later, this guy is not a cook. He's a skydiving tandem jumper. And I'm like, I'm jumping out of a plane with a guy who basically went to culinary school. So, but I'm glad I did it, but I have no desire to go back up there. But it's pretty interesting. It's cool.
The only thing that can match about the fact that the guy was trying to go for being a culinary chef is Greg DiFilippo saying he would jerk off in a church for $1 million.
Because he's leaving out the part where he's done it for free.
Exactly.
So,
that's the sad.
I mean,
Well, listen. Oh, my dear Lord. Listen, one thing I want to clarify since we have time on our show today, and I wanted to go ahead and do it while we were tandeming with domestic disturbance. I remember there was a couple of weeks back where she gave me a little bit of shit because she said that she has a be quiet joke because we try to become these thinking comedians, whatever. But moving on, my joke, Carla, is what? Oh my God, that's not a McRib. That's like that was a picture of a cock before they put a McRib in it. Just letting you know. Listen, my joke about the be quiet is completely different than yours. Okay, my number one, the gender is different because you do it. I believe you do.
Wait, are you trying to argue the fact that you stole a joke from Carla?
I
and
did
now you're
not
trying to get me out of
steal
it?
a joke from Carla. I have my own unique joke. Okay, I have no need to grab Carla's material. Okay, none whatsoever. Listen, she can keep the whole Instagram thing. I won't touch it. There's another person that does a Fitbit thing. I will not touch it. There's another person who does the drunken mayor joke. I won't touch it. All right. There's a person who does a joke about dominoes. I won't touch it. And then there's Tim. I don't know what the hell he talks about because it's all over the place. But moving on, whatever my joke version of is my. So all you have to do, Carl, is love you.
Wow. Well, I don't know which joke you're talking about, but I'm gonna, because we do the show together, Bozy, and me and you are like brothers on No Rhyme No Reason. I'm gonna vehemently back Carla on this. Yeah. So, anyway, anything else you want to say about that joke?
No, I think I'm done. The rant is over.
Okay.
You want to know what's weird? I actually, one thing I forgot to do today, I forgot to pick up reading material, which most people don't do anymore, which was the post. So I can't even see what's on the headlines. But it'll probably be.
I got a couple of things I wanted to ask you about, though.
Yes.
So if you notice since the election, I don't know if you saw, but since like Wednesday, maybe Thursday, because people were still not really sure where anything was going on Wednesday and Thursday. But if you notice, there's been this mass exodus for people who are now, because, I don't know if you remember, but on Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday, possibly Thursday, Fox News was reporting they were the only station and the only network that declared Arizona for Biden. And Republicans went, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They went nuts. So, Trump was all upset, whatever. Anyway, fast forward between that and the fact that, a lot of the guys on Trumpers who were on Facebook were having not having a great time. They all decided that they were going to be, instead of watching Fox, they were going to this new network called Newsmax that's been out, I think, maybe 2 years or something. And that they were going to be leaving Facebook to go to this other social media microblogging site called Parler, which is, it's named after a French word, parler, which means to speak. Okay, so it's supposedly that you're not censored, and you're not Big Brother's not watching you, and I wanted to ask you your opinion on this, Bose, because I wrote this down from the site description. This is from them. You ready? Okay. Parler, French for to speak. It's a US-based microblogging and social networking service launched in August of 2018. Okay. Significant user base of Trump supporters, conservatives, okay, Saudi nationalists. Okay, hold on. Posts on the website often contain, this is the part that made me laugh, often contain far-right content, conspiracy theories, and anti-Semitic statements. So because oh wait, I'm sorry. And they allegedly they ban pornography, obscenity, and they do not allow the promotion of marijuana. So
they have what? So what? They have morals?
Yeah, I guess. So anyway, so people were that's it. I'm all going on Parler, and I'm like, so let me get this straight. The election's not even decided yet. We still don't know which way this thing's going. And you're taking your ball and leaving. You're leaving Fox News to go to Newsmax because you didn't like the way, Brett Baer maybe said Arizona. And now you're leaving Facebook because you feel Zuckerberg stops you from posting phony memes and facts and whatever. So you're going to Parler. How exciting is it going to be if the whole makeup of that site is a bunch of like-minded people? There's not going to be any fun on that. You want to post with 1 million people have the same freaking same freaking point of view. That's dull as dirt.
Well, then that just only narrows down to inbreeding. Listen,
Could be inbreeding. There might be inbreeding.
listen, it's not. Listen, okay, great. So you want to know what they
Oh,
they
wait,
found?
hold on. Andy Plagenos is correcting me. He said in French it's actually pronounced douches.
He hits the nail right on the head. When you got done saying like it's filled with also a whole bunch of conspiracy theorists.
Jeff, there's a conspiracy theory right now on our site that says that you only steal Holocaust jokes.
Not true. Not true.
That's not according to Danielle. That's what you steal.
I referenced somebody's joke, but I would never steal somebody's joke. I don't have that kind of time.
Andy has a great line about the McRib. He actually says the McRib probably gets pulled over by the cops a lot.
Most likely.
That's a good line.
But I'll bring up my son said I had to ask my son. I said, quick question: who are you? If you were able to vote, who would you vote for, Trump or Biden? He goes, I'm voting for Trump. And I was like, well, why? Because this way he can take me into Area 51 and show me all the things that are inside. And I'm like, that's the reason? Okay, fair enough.
Trump would take your son into Area 51?
Apparently, for some reason, Trump has the keys and gives daily tours to Area 51. But hey, what do you want?
Is he allowed to bring a guest? Is it like getting the ticket to Willy Wonka factory where you can bring someone?
Well, if you get the golden ticket, then you go ahead and you have a life supply of chocolate and I'm going gross because I'm involving things. But moving on, not the McRib. Also, I would like to bring up, and I'm amazed because these are like little tender moments that I get to have. Screw that sandwich. I get to have being a father. So, as my son usually says, my father tries to be a comedian, but lo and behold,
your son is not the only one to say that, by the way.
That's true. Also, everyone that was ever on Pazuzu. But moving on, he came up. He called. He actually called. I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the phone thing. He called me. Ready? And now I'm hanging up. Okay. So he called me on the phone, and he's like, "Dad, I have a joke for you." I was like, "Okay, well, let's hear it." He said, and I don't want to screw this up because only I can screw up someone else's joke professionally.
First steal it, then screw it up.
Yes. So he said, why wasn't the bodybuilder in school today?
Why?
Because he was absent. It's wordplay, but still, listen, he wrote it. Or as Andy Plagenos would say, it's OC. So
are you going to open with that going forward?
I'm thinking, next time if I ever get on stage and anybody decides to book me, whether they're doing secret shows or if we ever get back to normal and we can open up the club again and there's people who are generous enough to want to go ahead and book me, then yes, I think I will open up with that joke. Absolutely.
There will be comedy again one day, and you might be a part of it.
You said I'm gonna have to go back and look at our shows. You said that there should have been something happening now.
I said middle of September, clubs would open.
Yeah, and here we are. Where are we now?
Well, unfortunately, we're at 120,000 cases a day because we're a bunch of morons and we can't. We gotta. It's gonna get worse through the holidays, and then I'm hoping. Listen, let's hope. Yesterday they came out with this possible vaccine news, so that'd be great. Well, see what happens. But in the meantime, if you notice, Bose, there's another fact I'm going to throw at you. Do you know that no one who ever contracted COVID ever had a McRib?
Really? You're going back to that? No, stop.
I'm just saying, what if it's been in front of us all the time, the cure, and we haven't had it?
Really? I told you, it lies within Les Deegan's tears. No, stop it. No, not now. It's my turn to be on the thing. You'll get the date now.
Are we getting our guest? Is he coming on?
Listen, I told you, no. Listen, I was going to do the whole entire show.
Bosie's going to fight.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's very important things that are going on. The gentleman is talking about the McVib. He's talking about the wonderful Donald Trump that will definitely win the election. Listen, that guy's not going to win the election. Listen, we don't even know who's going to win the election. I definitely know because Biden doesn't have the cure for for anything. It's only Trump. Trump definitely has the cure for everything that's going on. Listen, you're a complete and utter moron. Listen, I don't even understand why Richard want to.
Wow, it sounds like Bozy and
Well, it's because he
Dr.
knows great
Fedora
talent.
are having a little argument.
He knows great talent when he knows about it.
Maybe it's a
That's
good
why
time
he
to
booked
talk
me.
about teespring.com. Listen, it's time to order your Christmas gifts. Like this beautiful Gubs mug. Huh? Yeah, you know it. They got mugs. We have beautiful phone cases. Yeah. Shirts, hats, beach towels, masks. Yep. Go to Teespring, T-E-E, spring.com. Go down the browse line. Type in No Rhyme, No Reason. Boom. There's all our stuff. You can get a Jeff Bozy beach towel. You can get some beautiful coffee mugs. Masks that are COVID effective, not to catch it, but to stop it. Phone cases. Shirts. You don't like No Rhyme, No Reason? You're not alone. Go back up to the browse line. Put in Gubs Radio. Bam. All the other great shows pop up. You're into Chef Felix, you're into Knock 'em Dead Comedy, you're into Pazuzu, you're into Limo Talk with the Graz, you're into all these other great shows, Domestic Disturbance, and Zancuda Soul Space, and Joe's Acoustic Mondays, and on and on and on. Teespring.com, pick out your stuff. Hey, Dr. Fedora, how are you, buddy?
Und hello, Richard. Und how you doing today?
What'd you do to Bozy? I heard you guys arguing.
The guy's a schmuck. All he does is complain all day, and he doesn't know anything that goes on. I don't even understand why you have him as like a co-host.
He, believe it or not, he's half the. He's probably 3/4 of the IT department, which is frightening.
Well, that doesn't matter. Well, let's talk about wonderful things. Well, let's talk about how Trump will really win the election this year. Well, you said it yourself. Once the numbers were going to be for Trump, and then I totally agreed with you. If you listen. He has Dr. Fauci. Once he has me, once we're going to have the most wonderful vaccine to go out to everybody. Once it'll be immediate. As soon as he goes ahead, wins the election, once we're going to get ahead, we're going to distribute to everyone. Everyone's going to be fine. Once America can open up again with no problem.
And when do you think that'll be?
Let's get past January 1st. Because we had to bring in the new year.
Oh.
And then, it's going to be a good time.
Are you a big New Year's Eve guy, Dr. Fedora?
Oh, yeah, I love it a lot. There's so many people. You get to go ahead and bump and grind and sit when they're not even noticing.
What's your drink of choice at midnight there?
Und Groschlager. Very good.
Colts. That's a mouthful with that accent, huh?
It's very yummy. I love it when you go ahead and you pour it down a woman's breath. Never mind.
Whoa. Sounds like there's a story there, Doc.
Especially when it's off of a Venezuelan.
Oh, nice. Nice. So you think that after New Year's we're gonna be cruising in the right direction? And what are your plans after the COVID restrictions are lifted?
Once I can finally go ahead, I can take my wonderful trip that I wanted to go. I wanted to go to Venezuela. I heard you talking about it earlier, and I was like, I don't understand what the problem is. Go there. It's fun. It's great. All these wonderful people that are there. Once I heard that the gas is cheap.
What kind of car are you driving?
Big plus. What's what?
What kind of car do you drive?
Volkswagen.
Naturally.
Naturally.
So, did anything else surprise you about election night?
Once I don't know what's going on. These people, they go ahead. I think there's something funny going on with the voting process this year.
Like what?
But listen, I am not a guy. I am not a numbers guy.
You're more. What are you a doctor in? What's your doctorate in?
Once I've dabbled in gynecology.
You dabbled in gynecology?
Yes, of course. I mean, what doctor doesn't? I've gone ahead. I've done some chemistry in my time. I've actually taught some chemistry classes, and that's why I've gone ahead and I was chosen to be the head person to tell Mr. Trump. What a wonderful thing that is you got there. What is that?
That is the McRib.
It's heaven sent.
Thank you. Thank you. You've never had the McRib?
Once I've had it several times, it's a shame that they did get rid of it. I can't wait for it to come back. I heard something around December.
December 2nd.
Can't wait for that thing to come back. It's glorious.
It is. You're not
It
wrong.
looks so delicious, especially when you got the little bit of the onions and the pickles inside there. Very good. Yes.
Now, Doctor, I don't know if you were involved in this controversy, or I know that you and Jeff.
But it's my time.
I know when you and Jeff aren't fighting, you guys talk a little bit, but are you aware of this controversy over Jeff stealing a joke?
Listen, the guy is pathetic. His comedy isn't that good. I mean, the only time people laugh at him is because of the way he looks. He looks like a complete idiot. But I don't even understand how he has a job. It must be something where they have a feel sorry program. To tell you the truth, I mean, I've seen one of the time he was over the he was at the governor's, right? And I love how he went up and he told his first joke. Silence. It's true. What's it my turn?
So, what else you got for us today? What I know you're excited to come on because Jeff said you were looking forward to joining us. What's on your mind? Anything we could tell our big following here about what's coming up in the life of Dr. Fedora?
I think Filippo, and he's a great guy, very intelligent person, very well known on certain things, like, stuff that I would be in gynecological. Andy Plagianos, once again, very smart and talented fellow. I love looking at you. I also see that you have the wonderful, Daniel Osher.
Oh, yeah. You'd like her.
She has the great jumblies.
The views of Dr. Fedora sometimes do match the views of No Rhyme, No Reason. Oh, hey.
What's Danielle? Ready? Huh?
All right, keep it clean, Doc. Keep it clean. We got
Sorry.
listen.
Listen.
Family hour.
Listen, I would love to go ahead. I would love to spend time talking to you, but as you know, listen. I'm a very busy person. I would like to go ahead. I would like to spend plenty of time doing these interviews with people, and maybe one day, Don Sill will go ahead and have me back on, giving him some input. But I don't think Don Sill likes me anymore.
I'm not sure he ever did.
I think that's kind of fair, but I still got time.
Well, folks, we're always lucky when Dr. Fedora gives us a couple of minutes of his time for two reasons. One, we love Dr. Fedora, and two, we lose Bozy for a while because they don't really get along very well and they're never really on at the same time. So anyway, anybody else want to talk about the McRib? I'd like to acknowledge, let's see, Greg DiFilippo again. No, Greg, we don't have toilet paper on teespring.com of me and Bozy so you can wipe your butt with us. Come on,
Sorry.
now. That's what limo talks. Get your limo talk toilet paper. Hey, Bose.
Sorry.
You missed Dr. Fedora.
Again, and I'm more happy for it. I mean, the guy's a complete idiot.
He's a big fan of yours.
Screw him.
No, he was like, he misses you.
Listen, I hope he catches the Spanish flu when he takes one of his trips down to Venezuela.
I guess he'll have to get in a DeLorean and go back in time to catch that flu, but okay.
Listen, the guy's a kook like some other people that roam the planet, all right?
So, Bose, we got about 10 minutes left. Is there anybody you'd like to
roast or talk shit about? No. There's plenty. Listen, let's go ahead. Let's give some quick Long Island news. Listen, although that some of us comedians, we've gone ahead, we've chosen a side, whether it be Republican, Democrat, Joe Jorgensen.
JJ.
Yes, or one of these things. Moving on. Listen, eat shit. That's my message to you guys. You're delusional. You think that you're self-important. These are for the people that go ahead and whine and cry on Facebook or on Parler. These are also the people that make
Parlor.
yes. These are also the same people that have to make what do you call those selfie vids or lives or whatever it is. And
TikToks?
what
The
lives?
TikTok
Yeah,
ones?
yeah. Listen, stop it. You're not that important. You're not that famous. You're not going to be. Yeah, no. Listen, stay in your lane.
Hey Taz, how are you?
And if you make it, God bless. Keep it to yourself. We don't care.
You remember Bose?
Never did, never will.
You remember the old days? Like I was just saying that the other day. Like just vote and keep it to yourself. I mean, seriously. Like just because we had somebody in the White House who liked to be the center of attention, 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, doesn't mean everyone had to buy into it. It's like enough already. You know what? If this guy brings anything to the job, if Biden in fact does win this election, because who knows where this thing is going, but if Biden does win the election, I'll just be happy if I don't hear anything for weeks. Just do the job and let's call it a day. And it's exhausting. I mean, people who no offense, but some of you people were going off the rails and you didn't even vote. You know why I know that? Because a lot of people didn't vote. What are you oh my god about?
Finally,
Yo,
after months of us being on, has the residential artist has gone ahead and blessed us with her presence. Has, mwah, we miss you. We haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for coming back and saying hello, even though it's near the tail end of our show. But still, I'll take it. You're everywhere else, but here.
well,
I'm live. I'm not in the comments.
Taz has taste, maybe.
That's true. And
Just saying.
hi to
Wait a minute, Bose. You're not correct because one of our early shows, Taz was one of our winners.
once again, we haven't seen her in months.
Okay, but
Months.
maybe
Months.
we need to step our game up. Maybe Taz just wants better
The words
content.
coming out of my mouth.
Anyway, hi Taz, how are you? We always look forward to seeing some cool drawings and stuff. What
But
else you got,
anyways,
Bose?
you want to know what? I'm agreeing with you. I've never heard so much political bullshit like when any other president, but for some reason, these past 4 years, this election, it's given me a migraine.
It's exhausting.
And I basically want to go ahead and jab a sharp metal object right into my eye. And this way it might puncture my brain. I'll probably feel the whole eye part, but not the brain because there's nothing much. But still, take me out like a walker. This way I could be done listening to all this crap. I'm done. I'm done with all of these things. I like to just go ahead and get back to life, enjoy a great moment of sitting down at a fine dining restaurant,
McRib?
like Chili's.
So, Bose, let me ask you this question. Do you find it funny that, like, you know a lot of the people, I mean, you browse on the social media site. Don't you get a kick out of hearing people who you and I both know are probably, low earners because of what they do for a living, worrying about the Biden tax plan? I'm like, you get paid $40 and tortellini. That's what your pay is. You really are you worried about them taking the extra 3% of your tortellini? What are you worried about? I mean, let's at least see where this goes if in fact it's going somewhere. But I mean, I can't. If we're going to spend 4 more years with, look, Trump won fair and square in 2016. People could complain and say whatever they want if they think that Putin was behind it. Whatever. They could have argued the election. Hillary conceded in 2 days or whatever, or that next day, whatever. So Trump won fair and square. And guess what? For 4 years, everyone who didn't like Trump lost their shit every day for 4 years. It's exhausting. So if Biden wins now, I mean, should these people lose their mind? No. Do they have the right to? Yes. I mean, you drove them freaking crazy for 4 years, but I'm hoping that they're a little bit above this and we don't have to deal with this shit for 4 more years.
Listen, I'm going to break it down to this. If you don't live in $1 million mansion and you're not only that, and had the moment and the gall to take time to shake hands and talk to you're rich, or anybody has walked the streets and owns any sort of like regular house, maybe 500,000 and below, whatever the case is, okay? Anybody that doesn't live in $1 million house, okay? Calm the hell down. No, excuse me. I'm gonna bring it up. Calm the fuck down, okay? No matter who, gets elected, you're still going to get the shit end of the stick. All right? Doesn't matter if it's Trump, doesn't matter if it's Biden, doesn't matter if it was Joe Jorgensen, you're still going to get the shit end of the stick. Stop complaining. You're going to make the shitty amount of money that you're making. You're still going to pay a shitload amount of taxes. You're still going to get screwed by the upper 2-3% that are out there. Listen, forget about it. Forget about it, okay? Stop worrying about, like, this president's going to make me more money. Nope, not happening. Not happening. If anything, if a Democrat gets into office, I'll let you know this. Okay, remember that tax return? If you get tax returns and you do your taxes, remember that tax return you used to get? Remember that? Remember when it was like, let's say, you claimed your house or whatever. I'm going to sit there and say you got upwards of 10 and above, okay? If you claim your house and you do all your taxes right, you get about 10 and above, okay? Now, ever since your man, Trump, came into office, you know how much you got? Half. You got half.
Well, you
okay?
paid, but you paid.
You were
less,
looking forward to it.
But you paid
it was kind
less.
of like the Griswold. It was kind of like the Griswold Christmas bonus, and all he got was the Jelly of the Month Club.
But
That's what you got, folks.
But Bose,
enjoy.
You got less because you paid less. That's why you got less.
Wait, I paid less?
Yeah.
I paid less. Did I? Did I though? Did I?
You did.
You mean you didn't make? They didn't make it back end on the back end when they went ahead and they raised the medical rates. You forgot about that one, pal. You forgot about that one. Kind of forgot about that one. They made it on the back end. Listen, no matter what, you get screwed. You kind of look forward towards that.
You sound like Joe Pesci from Lethal Weapon. They fuck you at the drive-thru.
I'm with you.
They fuck you at the drive-thru.
And they fuck you in the drive. They fuck. Okay, but listen, folks, listen. No matter what, you're gonna get screwed. Don't complain. Don't say because of this. Find something else to complain about. It's not the money. You're always gonna be screwed with money. Don't make it a money issue. You'll always be screwed. Enjoy where you're at. Whether you're poor, middle class. No, excuse me. Let's take that away. Whether you're poor or super rich, because there's no longer middle class. That went out the window a long time ago. All right? So whether you're poor, okay? Enjoy life. Say hi to someone. Don't give them a hug, but just say hi to them with a smile and get on with your goddamn day. And don't forget, sometimes 2 fingers can make it up a walkway as long as there's no stop sign.
I don't know where that is. I don't even know what that is.
But thank God you, McRib is back.
Folks, another week in the books. I'm going to have Jeff drug tested because some of his outbursts tonight are a little frightening. But thanks for joining us. Listen, we always love when you watch, when you listen. We would love it if you share. And, we love the interaction. Thanks again to everybody who tuned in. And Greg and Andy and Danielle and Taz and Greg DiFilippo and Gina and who else, Bose? Who am I missing?
Listen, you have Joan, you have Greg, you have Taz, you have Andy, you have Danielle.
Nikki Singh and Christine
you have
and
Michael Spinelli. How you doing, Michael Spinelli?
Well,
Daniel
folks,
Asher, Gina, everybody, thank you all. Thank you all for watching, share, like, love, whatever it is. Keep doing it.
And we'll see you next week. Bose, go have some medicine. Talk to you later, buddy.
Love ya.
Later.